Welcome to Financial Aid Literacy 101. This session is designed to assist you in maximizing your financial aid and to provide ways to possibly increase your award. Paying for college is one of the first major expenses you will incur during your lifetime. It is also an opportunity to appreciate getting a good return on your investment. We hope to make the experience a little easier to understand. Let's begin. Congratulations, you are now a college student. Now comes the question, how can I pay for this over the next 4 years? The first step each year is filing the free application for Federal Student Aid, or FAFSA. This is done at www.fafsa.ed.gov. You will need income and asset information for yourself and your parents. PACE's priority deadline is February 15th of each year. For more details on filing the FAFSA, check out our video tutorial site at www.pace.edu. Upon admission to PACE, you may have been awarded a merit scholarship. This award is based on your academic performance in high school, standardized test scores, and/or your GPA at another institution of higher education. Now here is where the Financial Aid Office comes in to help. We put together a package of aid that will include your merit award, federal and state grants, campus-based grants, loans, and work study. That all sounds great, but what is the difference between these awards and how many of them can I receive? We will start by discussing what aid has been awarded to you by Pace University, and then talk about federal and state awards. Finally, we will discuss other payment options. Merit scholarships. Each merit scholarship has a different grade point average, or GPA, that you will need to maintain to have the award renewed each year. Now let's review the different scholarships we offer and the GPA required to retain the award. The Forsheimer's Honors Scholarship requires a 3.3 GPA. The President's Scholarship requires a 3.0 GPA. The Dean's Transfer Award requires a 3.0 GPA. The Trustee Recognition Award requires a 2.0 GPA. The PACE Incentive Award requires a 2.0 GPA. And the Transfer Incentive Award requires a 2.0 GPA. Students may only have one merit scholarship from PACE. At the end of each spring semester, the Financial Aid Office will review your academic record, and if you are meeting the required GPA, your scholarship will be renewed for the next academic year. Remember, your scholarship is good for 4 years of continuous full-time enrollment. Scholarships are not available for summer terms. If you are in one of our authorized 5-year combined degree majors, your scholarship may carry over for the 5th year. Please check with your academic advisor to see what programs are available. If for some reason you are not making the required GPA to retain your award, you have a few options to consider. First, you may take classes during the summer at PACE to improve your GPA to the appropriate level before the fall term begins. If that is not possible, or if your GPA is still too low, you have one academic year to bring your grades up, and we will reinstate the award the following semester. Finally, you can submit a written appeal explaining why you fell below the required level. You should include supporting documentation such as medical notes. Each appeal is reviewed individually, and the decision of the Financial Aid Office is final. You are entitled to be granted one waiver during your time at PACE. Please review your scholarship agreement form closely, as this form details all the terms and conditions required to maintain your award. Need-based grants. Grants from federal, state, or institutional sources are a form of aid that does not have to be repaid. For our students that demonstrate financial need, we may be able to award them a PACE grant. This award is determined based on your financial need as determined by the results of your FAFSA. Our goal is to offer you the same gift aid you received as a first-year student in subsequent years. Keep in mind that the results of each year's FAFSA could cause a reduction in your need-based grant. If the family income increases or the number in college decreases, changes should be expected. Now on to government programs. Federal financial aid consists of the Federal Pell Grant, which is awarded to students with an expected family contribution, or EFC, below $5,198. The Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, or SEOG, which is a campus-based grant awarded to Pell recipients with the highest need. You are also required to meet the FAFSA filing deadline each year to be considered for this award. These two awards are federal grants that do not have to be paid back, aka free money. There are two types of direct student loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. For subsidized loans, the student must demonstrate financial need and the federal government pays any interest that accrues while the student is in school. For unsubsidized loans, the student is responsible for all interest that accrues and you will receive quarterly statements for the accrued interest. Although you are not required to make an interest payment, we highly recommend you do so in order to keep your overall loan debt as low as possible. All first-time borrowers will need to complete a process called loan entrance counseling. This helps you better understand the terms and conditions of borrowing a student loan. Loans cannot be dispersed until you complete this session. Repayment on these loans do not begin until 6 months after a student graduates or falls below half-time status. The Federal Perkins Loan, which is similar to SEOG, is a campus-based loan awarded to students with the highest need. The federal government pays the interest while the student is in school, and repayment begins 9 months after the student graduates or falls below half-time status. The Direct Parent Plus loan is a credit-based loan taken out by a parent, biological, adoptive, or step-parent of the student. Grandparents and guardians cannot take out this loan, and it can be deferred until the student graduates or falls below half-time status. Federal Work-Study allows students to apply for and obtain an on-campus federal work-study job that pays an hourly wage. The funds are not deducted from the student's bill. The student will receive a paycheck twice a month based on the hours worked. For more information on the federal aid programs, you can visit www.studentaid.gov. State grants. What is your home state? If it is New York or Vermont, you may qualify for a state grant. Most states will only allow you to use their grant money at a school in that state. However, Vermont allows for students from that state to carry the award to PACE. For more information on the Vermont grant, please visit www.vsac.org. Students that are residents of the state of New York that will be attending PACE may qualify for a Tuition Assistance Program or TAP award. If you haven't applied already, please visit them at www.hesc.ny.gov. You will need to give our school code of 0590 for New York City students or 0591 for Pleasantville students when applying. The range of awards for TAP are $500 to $5,165 per year. Some students may need further assistance and financing options. PACE offers monthly payment plan options through our Office of Student Assistance. If an additional loan is needed, you should do the appropriate research before choosing a lender. It is always best to check with the bank or credit union used by your family. Next, check to see if your state offers a loan program. New York does not. Finally, a valuable resource is the following lender-neutral private student loan comparison tool located on the www.hesc.ny.gov website. Outside scholarships are a valuable resource to our students. Did you know that each year our students bring in over $1 million in outside scholarships? You should keep looking even while you are a student at PACE. These awards are not just for freshmen. Give back to PACE and we can give back to you. There are several positions for students on campus to earn funds to help pay for your education and living expenses. Each year, Residential Life hires dozens of resident assistants. By accepting this important role, the student's housing fee is covered by PACE. In addition, many RAs will also have their meal plan paid for by Residential Life. Another opportunity at PACE that can help pay your tuition includes being part of certain organizations such as the newspaper, yearbook, or student government. You should check with the Office of Student Development to see what is available. Last but certainly not least are endowment funds. These are restricted funds to be awarded to students that demonstrate academic excellence with a 3.0 GPA or higher and meet distinct characteristics as described by the donor. Once you complete your first year, and if your GPA is above a 3.0, you can apply for an endowed award on your PACE portal. We need to make you aware of some roadblocks that could cause your aid to be delayed and in some cases removed completely. As some of you may have experienced already, when you file your FAFSA, the federal processor selects 1/3 of all applications for verification. Verification is a mandatory review of the file and will require you to submit certain documents that will include a verification worksheet and certain tax records. If you and your parents use FAFSA's IRS data retrieval tool, we usually do not need anything more than the worksheet and W-2s. For those that did not use the DRT, we have to collect federal tax return transcripts which you obtain from the IRS website. In some cases, we will need to collect other documents such as amended tax returns, tax schedules, etc. It is important to get any requested documents to the Financial Aid Office timely. Until we complete the review, we cannot finalize your aid and it will not appear on your bill. For more information on the verification process, you may visit the verification section of the PACE website. The federal processor also runs a series of checks for items such as proof of citizenship, status of federal education loans, usage of financial aid in prior years, as well as cross-referencing with the Social Security Administration. If it is determined that something isn't right, you will get something known as a C flag. Along with being notified when your FAFSA is processed by the federal government, we will send you a letter requesting the documents needed to clear up the C flag. Until that is cleared, we will not be able to put together a financial aid package for you. Now let's discuss something called Satisfactory Academic Progress, or SAP. We talked before about recovering your merit award in the event your GPA fell below the required level. On a more severe note, if you are not making SAP, you could lose all your financial aid. SAP has two components, GPA and completion rate. The required level for both increase as your attempted credits increase. Your completion rate is made up of the number of credits you have attempted compared to the number of credits you have completed and passed. So for example, if you have attempted 74 credits but have only successfully completed 43 credits, your completion rate would be 58%. At that rate, you would not be eligible for any federal or PACE-based financial aid regardless of your GPA. To view the required SAP levels, you can visit the financial aid page of the PACE website. We have now reached the end of this video tutorial, but your job is not done. We have developed a whole series of video tutorials to help you better understand financial aid. Also remember to check your PACE email regularly. Any electronic communications will be sent there. In addition, if you want to submit something to us, it must be from your PACE email. This is the only way to make sure it is being sent securely. Before we go, one last question. When is the FAFSA filing deadline each year? Best of luck and welcome to the PACE family.